Hey guys, and welcome to another Animal Crossing video. I'm Crossing Channel, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a new rumor which has surfaced for Animal Crossing New Horizons regarding the potential return of Kapp'n and boat rides to the game. If this rumor turns out to be true, it'll be a pretty significant update to the game, and something that we've been waiting for quite a long time. But just how credible is this rumor? Well, we're going to take a look into it, and I'm going to go over all the details you need to know within this video. So if you're excited for this video, be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more Animal Crossing videos. I wanted to quickly mention that this video is sponsored by Disney Pop Town. I'm actually currently hosting a giveaway for the game for a 12-month Nintendo Switch Online membership. If you want to enter into the giveaway, download Disney Pop Town using my link below, get to level 50, which only takes 1 to 2 minutes per level, and screenshot yourself getting to level 50 and send it to me on Instagram at Crossing Channel. If you do, you'll be entered into the giveaway, which ends on June the 13th. So once again, thank you to them for sponsoring this video. Okay, so let's get into this rumor and kind of go into the backstory about where it started. Now, on Twitter, you might see various people who claim to be leakers for Nintendo games. Many of them don't turn out to be true, they're just kind of making things up as they go along. However, there have been some pretty interesting and credible Nintendo leakers online, and we've gotten many different leaks for popular Nintendo games. Animal Crossing New Horizons is no exception, and a user on Twitter named SamusHunter has actually posted some pretty credible Nintendo leaks before, including stuff about Miitopia coming to the Switch, the new Mario Golf game, and also updates for the new Monster Hunter game as well. Well, they had a very interesting interaction with someone on Twitter that I wanted to point out within this video. So, Zach asked SamusHunter, do you have any info regarding the island expansion update people are teasing from the data mine or any other updates? SamusHunter responded, among some parts of the plans I read, island expansion was not mentioned. Since Kapp'n will be one of the main characters in the next updates, it could be for boat rides. Now, I know what you're thinking. Anyone can just go on Twitter and say what they want to say. They can make up whatever update they want to make, and that's incredibly true. But I do think it's worth pointing out that SamusHunter does have a pretty decent track record with posting things that did tend to come true for future releases that people didn't know about in the Nintendo kind of realm. Like I mentioned earlier about the Monster Hunter updates, I think that's probably the most similar example to what they're talking about here. They did actually share a lot of information about future Monster Hunter updates, which did turn out to be true. So of course we can't confirm this because SamusHunter could just be making this up, or they could even be getting this information from somewhere else, or even just getting the information totally wrong, but I do think it's really interesting to point out given their track record. And the mention of Kapp'n and of course boat rides would be an incredibly exciting addition to Animal Crossing New Horizons that a lot of people do feel like is going to actually come to the game at some point in the future. Now, if you're not familiar with Kapp'n and his boat rides, Kapp'n was a character who's been in Animal Crossing New Horizons since the very start. Not New Horizons since the very start, I should say the Animal Crossing series since the very start. I wish he had been in New Horizons since the very start, unfortunately not. Basically, Kapp'n would take you on boat rides to different islands. In the original game, he'd take you to this cool little tropical island where you could meet up with another villager and kind of get some coconuts. But in Animal Crossing New Leaf, he took you to a very significant island called Tortimer Island where you could meet up with other players online, your friends, and you could even play a ton of different mini-games. Tortimer Island was an incredibly popular feature, it was really great, and of course Kapp'n was an essential part of ferrying you there. Kapp'n has been in Animal Crossing since the very start, like I mentioned, so not having him in Animal Crossing New Horizons was definitely a disappointment. Tortimer Island especially was something that added so much content to Animal Crossing New Leaf, so if this rumor or leak or whatever you want to call it does turn out to be true, this would probably be the biggest update that we've gotten since launch. It would definitely give players a lot more to do in the game. Of course, I do want to reiterate once again that there's no confirming this rumor at this time. I don't want to lead people to believe that this is something that is confirmed information because it's not. Right now, it's just a rumor, but with SamusHunter's track record so far, there is a possibility that this could be true, and if it is, it definitely would be incredibly exciting. I definitely think we are due an update like Tortimer's Island to the game. The mini-games honestly added hundreds of hours worth of content if you were really into those types of things. You could play online, and there were so many different types of minigames to play as well, which was really fantastic. Of course, if Kapp'n returns, then I think it's fairly safe to say that Tortimer will probably return too. Though it is entirely possible that Kapp'n's boat rides could be an entirely different type of feature in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Maybe they don't want to bring back the tropical Tortimer's Island because we're already on our own kind of island, so it could be something different. But either way, I think Kapp'n taking us somewhere else would be a really welcome change to the game and would add lots of new content. We've kind of been waiting for a really big update, and I think the next possible chance of us seeing some news for the game would be E3. I'm going to make a more in-depth video about how likely it is we'll actually see some kind of news at E3, but let's just say if we do see news at E3, I definitely think it would have to be something more on the significant side, like an update like this. Of course, it's a very easy update for SamusHunter to guess or predict, but to be honest with you, there's actually no evidence of this update happening in the data mines or anything like that, so it definitely would be much easier for SamusHunter just to go with things like Brewster or whatever, because that's actually in the data mine. So the fact that they specifically mentioned Kapp'n being a big character in the next update and boat rides, you know, it's certainly interesting, but once again, I'm not going to act like it's confirmed because it definitely is not. Now, there is one other really interesting thing about the dock, which I guess is probably most likely just a funny coincidence, but I do think it's worth mentioning. In the recent update for Animal Crossing New Horizons, they actually fixed a very obscure issue with the dock, which certainly caught my eye. Fixed an issue where the player could build a fence on the pier when standing on top of a custom designed place on the ground. Now, of course, Nintendo always fixes glitches and bugs with the game. Personally, I had no idea this was in the game. I literally never saw anyone do this. But it is certainly interesting to me that they're taking the time to fix the pier or the dock or whatever you want to call it, when there are so many other glitches and bugs in the game that still exist. I guess it's a little bit suspicious, you know, I'm not trying to say that this really heavily implies anything because most likely Nintendo just wants to clean up the game some more, but certainly it would be an issue for them if they did want to add something to the dock or the pier like Kapp'n, if there was something in the way, so I do find that very interesting. I definitely think if Kapp'n comes, he will arrive on the pier or the dock. There's honestly not too much else you can do from there. You can kind of fish there for some rare fish, but it'd be easy to be able to do both from there. Who knows, maybe Kapp'n wouldn't even be there every day like he was in New Leaf. Maybe he'd only come and visit from time to time like the other vendors that come to our island. So it's definitely really interesting. Well, I really enjoyed taking a look at this rumor. I always think it's fun to share interesting rumors for Animal Crossing New Horizons, especially ones that do have a little bit of credibility. Of course, I don't want to share rumors where someone just goes online and just says anything, because that happens literally all the time. But since SamusHunter does have somewhat of a credible track record, and a lot of the sort of responses to their tweets have been very positive and encouraging, I do definitely think this is worth talking about. If it doesn't turn out to be true, then that's fine. Obviously, I really hope it is true and that we do see this within a future update. But if it does turn out to be true, then we'll know that this person is actually pretty credible for Animal Crossing New Horizons, which would honestly be great, because we don't tend to hear many rumors about the game these days. So it was a lot of fun to check this one out. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to comment Bob's Gang down below so I know that you did. If you want to help support my channel, click the join button down below the video to become a channel member. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, I really hope you enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more Animal Crossing videos.